So, hello guys, what it do, Sky Squad? I'm over here just talking to myself without recording it because I forgot to press record. Okay, but now we're back in action. What it do, Sky Squad? Welcome back. If you are new here, hello. Welcome to the Sky Life. You're instantly a part of the Sky Squad, which basically just means you need to hit the subscribe button, you need to hit the notification bell, and if you like this video, of course, thumbs it up. But more importantly, leave me a comment down below, especially when you're done watching it. I would love to continue the conversation there. But I am so excited, y'all, for this 5-year lock update. It's been 5 years. That's crazy. I started my lock journey at 25. I actually just got done watching my very first lock video and some of my other ones. And it's wild just thinking about where I was at that time. Like what was happening or was about to happen in my life around that time. And really me getting locks couldn't have came at a better time. I really love my locks. I love my journey. It's definitely not perfect. None of my locks are perfect. And I'll talk about lock envy in a minute, but I cannot believe it, y'all. Wow. So hopefully I don't forget, but I do want to do a length check. I do want to do a length check with you guys, show you my locks up close and personal, give you all of that. But first, I would like to just briefly recap on how I got here. How did I start my locks? How did that whole thing go? So if you haven't watched my other videos, or if you're new to the Sky Life, then I definitely documented my lock journey on a weekly basis. Have mercy. Slow down. Okay, so I updated my lock journey and recorded it on a weekly basis. I actually did that for the first few, I think 6 to 8 weeks, and then it went to on a bi-weekly to monthly basis. So if you're thinking about starting locks, or if you just started your lock journey, no matter where you are, definitely feel free to watch my playlist, and it could be like we did our lock journey together, especially because no one really understands what it's like to have locks unless you have them, unless you've been through the journey yourself. So definitely don't hesitate to reach out to me or send me a DM. You guys have sent me DMs on Instagram before, showing me your locks, and just, we just connected on that level. So I'm happy to be back. So let me know if you're happy that I'm back making videos more consistently. Let me know how you felt about the videos I have produced so far, and if there's any other videos or topics that you want me to cover. Sorry, y'all. This ring light is just a little too glaring in my eyes, so yeah. On my lips, I kicked it back classic, went back to old school, probably went back to 2016, 2015. I got Ruby Woo on my lips, and it feels good. It feels nice. Like, it's a classic for a reason. You know what I mean? It's matte, it's lovely, it's luscious. I feel like my lips aren't crusty. I think I'm gonna have to go back and really re-up on that, but yes, so let's just get started. How did I get here? How did I start my lock journey? What did that process look like? Essentially, on July 27th, 2016, I went to a loctician. She goes by the name The Dread Lady. And actually, I'm going to see her next month. That would be the first time since 2016 I've been to a loctician, and I'm really excited. I'm going to do like a professional lock detox, because the only ones I've done is me DIYing it. And I don't think I've been doing it the best of my capabilities. So I'm going to go to her for a detox and a retwist, and I am beyond excited. So anyways, the Dread Lady started my locks. We did the comb coil method, which I definitely prefer. If I could start my locks over again, I would do the same exact thing. There's nothing I would have changed, really, as far as that goes. And then the pattern, as far as like the lock to part ratio, the parting system, it was actually like in a brick layer patterning. So every little square wasn't right underneath each other. It was more staggered. Sometimes people do like the diamond type parting. For me, and especially since I'm maintaining my locks, I like the brick pattern. It was easy to uphold. And yeah, so that's really how I got started. I've been natural this whole time. I didn't really do anything before. A lot of people thought, oh, you did a big chop before your lock, before getting locks, and I didn't. I just have a lot of shrinkage in my hair. So I think my hair was either right at my shoulder or right above it when it was straightened and lengthened as a loose natural. And then shrinkage happened and it just kind of zoomed on up, and I had cute little coils from the very beginning. But yeah, so that's essentially how I started my lock journey. I went to a loctician, and then maybe 6 or 7 months later, I just started to maintain my locks myself, and I've been doing it ever since for years, and the best decision I could have made. So no regrets there. So I just want to catch you guys up. If you haven't watched my lock maintenance routine, definitely check out that video. That shows the products that I have been currently using, which is definitely going to change. So I just thought about it, and last year I think I talked about having some softness at the end of my locks. Actually, let me take down my ponytail. Really, I haven't had any issues in lock 5. There was nothing that was really concerning. The only thing I decided to do was not to trim my locks this year. Because lately, I think since year 4, maybe the end of year 3, but really year 4, I just really, I've just been a little scissor happy. And to be honest, the past week or 2 have just been kind of rough for me. Just a lot coming at me at once in like different areas of my life. And so lately I've just been feeling like really overwhelmed and not even anxious, thank God, because I was really battling with anxiety when I was working in the hospital. If you guys don't know, I am a registered nurse, and I did work at the bedside nursing, basically meaning I took care of patients at their bedside in the inpatient side of things, and that was just really stressful. I think it wasn't until I removed myself from that environment completely that I just didn't realize how that was impacting me all over. And just even when I started my lock journey earlier, when I said I'm just kind of flashing back on where I was, it's not just about what you put on your hair. It's about what's going on in your life. It's about what you put in your body. I was definitely not being hydrated. I was going to go through a breakup a week after I started my lock journey. I had to move. I had all those things going on. I was working night shift, graveyard shift. I mean, it was just a lot, battling migraines still. And then like being a new nurse around that too. So trying to not feel like, what is it called? Imposter syndrome, or not, hearing like nurses eat their young and really experiencing that, especially having a manager who was condescending and really like kind of knocked down my confidence as a new nurse. So all of that going on, plus regular life stuff, I was just going through a lot when I started my lock journey. And that all plays a part in your lock journey. It's not something that should be viewed as negative either. It's not, it's just life. Life is going to have ebbs and flows, ups and downs. Like, that's just what it is. And right now, I'm in a good spot. I just been feeling really overwhelmed here lately, to be honest. And I've cried like no other. I've cried the most I have. More than I cried during the pandemic. I feel like I've cried more here recently. So we're just working through it. Brighter days are up ahead. I'm naturally optimistic, so I don't stay down for long. But yeah. Oh yeah. So back to what I was trying to talk about. I noticed year 4, I believe, close towards the end of my locks, I just noticed there's a lot of softness in my locks, almost as if they're no longer locked, is reverting back to being loose. And a good example would probably be this one a little bit. It's just really soft, spongy. Hopefully you can see that, as opposed to up here where it is locked. You see how it behaves a little different than down here. So I would have like a little bit of these soft spots on the ends of my locks, and year 4 is really where I trim them down. I said I'm getting a little too scissor happy. I'm not going to trim my locks no matter what happens for a year. Now, that didn't always happen, because sometimes once I know there's a problem or know there's something that I don't really care for, I just want to address it right then and there. I just want to cut it out. But I haven't really trimmed my locks since then for this year. I'm going to ask the loctician, because I'm going to see her next month. I'm going to ask her, how does she feel about it? Like, what is her take on it, kind of thing. But now that I'm thinking about it, y'all, I really think For this past year, I haven't, I've been trying to do better as far as drying my locks. Usually I let it air dry, or you could say drip dry. And I am someone who does use conditioner. And just my own hypothesis, I'm really thinking that I really try to like wash out the conditioner. So I don't know if this is really a problem, but I was just thinking like, I don't know if my conditioner is like accumulating on the ends and then it's just kind of like never being dried out. And so I wonder if like the conditioner is like accumulating on the ends and just making it soft again or undoing my locks again, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, or if you know what I'm talking about, or if you have any other ideas, please leave them in the comments down below. But that's really why I would cut my locks. I remember in my last video, my last lock update, talking about how Yanni, the lockologist, was talking about something similar to that. And was just saying, you know, your ends have been with you from the beginning. They have been through every highs and lows that you've gone through, which is very true. So, I mean, shit happens. So anyways, it's been going through a lot, and if as long as it's happening towards the end of your locks, it's no need of concern. You don't need to necessarily cut them or anything like that. You can just let them do its thing, fall off on their own if you want to. So that's basically what I've been doing this year, just not trimming my locks. But this is how we're doing, you guys. This is the length we're at. I'm gonna see if you guys. Oh, you guys can't see it all. This is where we at. So if I was wearing a bra, it's kind of bra length right now as far as the longest locks are. And yeah. So that's where we're at. Gosh, what else happened this year? Honestly, I've been trying to do less. I've already talked about the shampoo and conditioner, all that I've used in my lock maintenance routine. To be honest, it's going to change from this moment forward. I'm not going to do the same thing that I've once done. And so I shared that with you guys. I'm also going to share with you guys what I do next, but I don't know. I just want to stay minimalistic. I definitely still want to try new products for sure, but as far as my like mainstay holy grail lock routine, that is changing. I don't know if I didn't bring that other stuff over here. Oh yeah, so let's check the front, because as you guys know, we have different textures all throughout our hair, and one of my sources of concern or things that I was, you know, really monitoring was the soft hairs around the front. And it really felt like every time I washed my hair, it's like my hair just grew away from my locks. I would have like mini afro, and then I got to retwist it in there. And at one point I was really worried about, is my locks going to like thin out and just break off in the front, because this hair is just not trying to grow with the locks. Well, year 4, I did like kind of like an instant lock method on a couple of them in the front. And honestly, I think that was the best decision I could have made. There's different methods you can do. You could probably just braid your new growth into your lock, you know, with your lock. I didn't try that. I could have, but I didn't. It never even crossed my mind, to be honest with you. I just saw instant lock. I'm like, that makes sense. How about I do instant lock, get that hair instantly locked into the lock it belongs to, and go from there. And I really think it made a world of difference. So this is one of them. Oh, let me see. So yeah. So this is it. You can tell where it's like thickums here. But you can also tell like right here, like in the beginning, it's kind of like more smaller in diameter. It's skinnier, and now it's getting beefed up. I don't know if you can really tell. It's probably like not even that big of a deal, but now it's getting beefed up. And so this one, I've done that instant lock method, and this one as well. And I think that really minimized how much of my hair was not growing with my locks. So I definitely don't regret that. I only need to do it like once or twice. But after that, I didn't have to do it again. I just palm rolled like normal. What do you do? But yeah, so this is my front as far as that goes, how that looks. As you can tell, my parts have pretty much been maintained throughout the rest of my head. And I don't use a comb throughout my head to, you know, repart or anything like that. To be honest, I just grab the hair that's nearby, make sure it stays in alignment, and palm roll it, and I'm good to go. So as far as any other updates, if you guys remember, this lock used to be a 2-headed lock. It used to be, well, when I got it, when I first got my locks, it was 2 separate locks. No, cut it. When I first got my locks done, it was 1 lock. Then I tried to do it myself in the beginning. I was like, I think this part is too big. I'm going to bring it down to 2. Well, then I was like, oh, no, it needs to go back to 1. And so this is like my Big Daddy Storm here. My Storm lock. I believe that's what we named it. But yeah, I love it. I appreciate it. And then I had another one in here somewhere. I might have cut it off to where it doesn't look like it's been combined, but I haven't combined any locks since. I haven't had any thinning or anything as far as that goes. I will say I am a little concerned with these up here, which is probably no big deal. These up here, they don't look like they're thinning to me. I mean, this one definitely looked thicker in the beginning, and I don't know if it's like it gotten longer, so I don't know. I'm just keeping an eye on these as far as that goes. I don't want them to start thinning and then break off. I also don't know if I'm going to do more harm than good than trying to combine them with some of the nearby ones. But really, as far as my whole lock maintenance routine and what I've been doing, honestly, I've just been using my satin scarf. I wrap my hair up. I still do that. I still prefer scarves over bonnets. I think it helps my retwist last longer. I just like it. If I'm lazy, I do have a bonnet on standby. I really do have a bonnet on standby just in case I need to. Like, if you're tired, if you've done all you could do, just throw the hat on, call it a day. But I did get satin pillowcases as well. So if I'm super duper lazy, no big deal. I just make sure I sleep on the satin covered pillowcases. But yeah, so this is how my locks are doing now. Really, I've been using the same things as always. Like I said, check out my lock maintenance routine as far as what I've been doing this past year, year 5. But as you guys know, that's going to change. And I guess I'm going to actually do a length check and see how long my locks are. So, and I have cut some. So like this one, I remember specifically it had a soft spot on the end. So I did cut it. So let's see. It's about 9.5 inches. This one is. I wonder. I don't know if this is my longest one or not. See how long they are all over. I know I hadn't cut this one really. Oh, we're at 14 inches exactly for that one. Oh. How long is my Big Daddy back here? Big Daddy is 10. So we're ranging all throughout my head, but I would say probably 14 inches maybe. Some longer. So yeah. That is it. I don't think I had any. I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything in this lock update, but I don't know. We're going to feel like my locks have been the best decision I've ever made. For me, they are low maintenance. I feel like someone has told me, but locks are a lot of work. I'm like, who said that? Like, who told you that? Like, who like, what? Like, for me personally, locks was the best decision I could have ever made. I honestly could have started them sooner. You know, I don't have any regrets. I'm glad I started them when I did. But if I knew then what I know now, I would have started them a long time ago. For sure. And if I had as much knowledge and experience as I have now back then, I would have started my locks myself. Maybe I would have given that a shot too. But I'm glad I went with the loctician I went with. I'm glad that I started locks. I haven't dyed any. The only thing I've done is done the instant lock. I might have combined and did some trimmings on the end. Really, I haven't lost any locks. Like, I haven't lost a full lock or anything, thank goodness. I am monitoring some to not have any problems or issues. And I've just been trying to stay hydrated. I am more hydrated now than I was when I started my locks. I tell you that. I actually like to drink water. I am trying to eat healthier. I'm trying to keep my stress level down, keep toxic people out of my life, create more boundaries in my life to where, you know, and just be more confident in myself and just in general, you know. So I think working on myself holistically has been important part of my lock journey, and it should be talked about as well, because I could talk all day about what I've put on it, but it's also what's going on the inside, like from the inside out sort of thing. So anyways, pretty much my 5-year lock update. Nothing really drastic has changed. If anything, we've had some improvements, and I think it's just because I've taken better care of myself. But I'm just gonna keep taking it one day at a time, just really prioritizing my holistic health and well-being. And yeah, just try to enjoy more life, really. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or anything like that, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video, okay? And don't forget to subscribe, because I'm gonna have a new video probably every week. So some weeks, maybe not. I might need a mental break, but you know what I mean. So you don't wanna miss that on that, so yeah. Oh, this was great. This was lovely. Yeah, so basically what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day is just chill. It's Saturday. I'm just gonna relax. I got laundry to do, well, laundry to put up. So I hope you guys are being safe out there. I know we've been through a lot and still going through a lot, even with the world being open and things of that. Just make sure that you guys are being safe and happy, and until next time, peace.